Hi guys, today we're looking at sketching a quadratic graph. Now you will not be required to calculate any coordinates, or you don't have to label the x-axis or the y-axis, because remember it's just a sketch. Now we're going to be sketching the graph y is equal to 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. Now when we're sketching a graph, there are some important things that we need to know. This number, whether positive or negative, will tell you the orientation of the graph. What do I mean by that? If this is positive, as it's in this form, ax squared plus bx plus c. If a is positive, the graph will turn up. So if a it's gonna turn up like that. So that's the first thing. So this tells us the orientation of the graph. So already I know my graph is gonna be looking something like this. Now this is known as the y-intercept. And this is where the graph cuts the y-axis. So already we know two things. By looking at the graph alone, we know two things. One, we know the y-intercept, and by looking at A, if A is positive, it turns up. If it's negative, it turns down. So we know two things already. Now what we need to know now is where it touches the x-axis. And for that, we just equate it to 0. Because remember, this is the line y equals 0. So let us do that. So 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 equal to 0. So you just factorize and solve. You know that will be 10. I'm not going to be hesitating about this, because this factorization is already on the channel, so you guys can check that out if you haven't. So we're going to factorize this. So it will be 2x plus 5 minus 1, 2x plus 5. We're just factorizing, so we have 2x plus 5 and x minus 1. But remember, we have to solve for them, right? So when x is that, x equal 1. So we know that this is a point on the graph, 1. And for this part, 2x plus 5 equals 0. 2x is equal to 5. We divide by 2. X is equal, well, this will become negative. So it's negative 2.5. So we know that the 2 points on the graph, we know that now. So now we can sketch the graph. Make it look realistic. If one is about there, it comes on, alright, this is about 2.5, right? So now we have all the information. We know that the y-intercept is negative 5. So we can just come down here, call this point negative 5. And basically we finish. And we know that the graph turn. So we just can just sketch it. Make it look realistic, guys. You know, a little curve. So this is how you sketch a graph. And you label your graph. Y is equal to 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. So this is how you sketch a graph, guys, and this is very important topic. A lot of teachers don't focus on these things, but these can come on exam, especially in the multiple choice and so forth. Alright guys, let us do another one. So as I say, what we need to know is two things. We need to know the x, where it touches the y-intercept that is given in the graph of itself. We need to know the orientation, and that is A, and we need to know when it touches, where it graph touches the x-axis. So we factorize for that. So let us go again. And remember, factorization is a very important topic, guys. Alright, so let us do this one. So already we know one thing, right? We know the y-intercept is going to be -6, and because this is positive, we know the graph is going to curve like this. So two things is known. We only need to factorize this and find out where it touches the x-axis on both sides. So we equate that to 0. Now the factors would be 3 and 2. If you don't know factorization, guys, definitely go on my channel, check out that. X is common, so x plus 3 minus 2x plus 3. So therefore x plus 3 and x minus 2 are the solutions. So when x plus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to -3. And when x minus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to +2. What this tells you, when y is 0, and this is the x-axis. The x-axis is the line y equals 0. So we know that it's supposed to touch this at -3, because remember this over here is the negative of x, and this is +2. So this is how you sketch a graph, guys. I'm not going to go in a lot of this because it's a very simple method. And you label your graph y equal x squared plus x minus 6. Alright guys, remember to like and subscribe, and you can share with your friends. Thanks for watching. Look out for more videos coming. Alright guys.